Yeah, just in terms of the Credit Review Office, it was set up in 2010. It was set up as part of the NAMA legislation, and the function of the Credit Review Office is to provide an appeal source for SMEs that have been declined credit by AIB, Bank of Ireland, Ulster, and now Permanent TSB have come into it. So it's they deal with, we accept appeals for amounts up to 3 million. It started off at 250,000 and it has been increased over the years to 3 million. And interestingly enough, before an appeal can come to the Credit Review Office, it has to be obviously refused by the bank. Then the bank have, similar to the mortgage process, they have an internal appeals process, so it's got to go through that internal appeals process as well and be declined again before it comes to the Credit Review Office. And it's quite interesting, the statistics so far this year is that of those credits that have been declined by the banks, their internal appeal actually overturned 24% of them. And of then those that are still remain declined and come to the Credit Review Office, the Credit Review Office have overturned 54% of those. So when you look at those statistics, it just goes to show how an inexact science lending to small and medium-sized businesses is. And I would say in terms of what we see coming to the Credit Review Office, it's only a fraction of what has been actually turned down. Because banks, have if a customer, a business customer goes to a bank and says, look, I'm thinking of buying my premises and I'm just wondering would the bank fund it, I need 80% finance. They could very well be told over the phone, oh sorry, we only do 70%. Now that's a refusal, that's a credit refusal which can be appealed to the Credit Review Office. In that situation, the bank should be actually writing out to their customer saying, we've declined your proposal. But that actually never features in any statistic at all. So the Credit Review Office, in my view, is completely underutilised. I think we're to blame, partly because we do advertise on the radio, but I think we could do more to make people aware. There's one person in the audience here who has had a recent experience of dealing with the Credit Review Office, and it might be useful for maybe them just to tell you what their experience was for their client, which I think actually was quite satisfactory, but to give you an independent view of what it is. There's a minimal charge to lodge an appeal with the Credit Review Office. It's a maximum charge of €250, and that was put there purely and simply to, I suppose, stop people sending in frivolous sort of appeals, but that should never be a reason for not putting in an appeal. So, as I say, we probably have a lot of work to do in terms of raising the awareness. But I don't want to, just in terms of some of the things that we see in terms of applications, and maybe Patrick, if we can do that later on, maybe talk about that.
Yeah, maybe, I just want to give the room a feel for who, so I know we'll definitely come back to that.